Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is Travis Semulin Sours. We're taking a break from playing some Historic today, which is kind of unusual for me, but I actually kind of found a deck I like, and we've been streaming that a little bit. But I did want to get a draft in. We did one this morning as well. I went 2-1. And I don't think there's much of a compelling argument over the old growth troll. Green's wonderful. A 4-4 that dies into a 4-4 is wonderful. And if you can't cast it until turn 5, it's still pretty wonderful. It's a heavy commitment to green, but it's like, what else are you going to take here? Like, I think if this cost 6 mana, a lot of decks would just play it. And the fact that sometimes you can accidentally luck sack into turn 3ing it seems great to me. How do we feel about this one? Like, Moriite with Old Growth Troll is pretty absurd. There's an uncommon missing. What did they take? What uncommon do you take here? Some monster might take Glimpse the Cosmos. You could take Hammer. Somebody would take Poison the Cup. Probably with the idea that there's so many good things here that you may as well not stress about it. I'm tempted to take the Cosmos Charger. I think I'd rather have the Moriite in a really good blue-green deck, but I'm not assuming we're going to play blue-green. I think the Charger's the best card on its own. It can come in and ambush a 2-drop or some 3-drops, and it can save you some mana sometimes. That's not why I'm playing it, though. It's mostly for the Flash Flyer. It's like a Raven with Flash, and then potentially more upside. Now we've got some decisions to make, don't we? Not really. I guess the decision comes down to struggle versus path versus maybe we want to think about feed. I really hate green-black, but we'll play it if it's open. For a minute, I thought that was the Uncommon Saga and was thinking it was Binding of the Old Gods and we had some decisions to make. I think if it's not Binding of the Old Gods, the question is, do we take path and look to go into 5-color shenanigans, or do we just take struggle and see what comes to us? And I think I'm down with the struggle here. There's a lot of ways to enable 5-color shenanigans, and that's a super fun one. Well, if you're gonna give me 2, I think we can talk. Alright, alright. So we're doing green something. We are definitely green. Holy carp. That is a 5th pick, Sarolf's Packmate, boys and girls. Do you understand what this means? It means we are going to Greentown. Wonder if we're like mono green adjacent. Green is a go, can confirm. There's some argument to take the troll here. I think I'm going to take the U just in case we bump into a Linda. All right, we're getting pretty heavy green-blue signals here. I think I'm still going to take the Sculptor of Winter, start actively looking for snowlands, but it will not take much more to put me into blue, because this is really shaping up nicely for blue. And it looks like we're probably going to have some fillers. I'm not opposed to it being red either. It would take a bloody lot to get me off of this Cosmos Charger. But like, this is the definition of filler, and this is at least something to get with the U. So I don't think we're going to get into red, but the next pack could change my mind. I feel like my neighbor's done a really good job of cutting red, and there's a possibility that I can pay off on that. I'll take a fight spell. That's good with 3/3s and 4/4s. We are going to need some of that snow mana, but I reckon we can find some. Alrighty. Never mind. Buckle in. Buckaroos. The entire table did not want Moriite of the Frost. I am pretty comfortable with what we're doing. We may not end up playing Path to the World Tree. I think I could be okay with that. I'm frankly going to put it over here for now. We'll remember we have it, and there may be something that leads me to want to do that, but I'm not experiencing it now. The late Gambit. I still think people are listening to constructed players too much. This card's great. I do need Snowlands. That's definitely on my list. Because right now we could get paid off with the Sculptor of Winter or the Blizzard Brawl. All of the Imposters worth a splash in the right deck. And again, I don't really think I'm going into red, but could. Ooh, lordy. King Narfi's Betrayal is a hell of a lot of card advantage if you can stay alive long enough to do it. Inga's okay. We'd probably play it. Icehide Troll is okay. We'd probably play that too. I probably want one Icehide Troll. I'm sort of interested in the Floodplain because that could like set us up to splash Fall of the Imposter, but I really think I'd rather splash this. This card's just busted. I'm a little nervous that blue's going to get cut in this direction. And I still need to be a grown-up and get like 5 Snowlands, which is not an easy task from here. Because like I don't want that one. What do things look like if we shift here and take Maya and play Fall of the Imposter? Because we could take Narfi, and that's very interesting. If we're just like, yo, we are now Grixis Snow. It's ambitious because I do not have enough Snowlands to pull it off. I would need to get them. Like, green's open enough that we're going to get paid off in the next pack. It's going to be fine. The more colors I try to work into this, the worse the old growth troll is going to be. And if I don't get the Snowlands, it's just game over, man. You know what? I'm willing to be a bit adventurous. We're going to get a Snowland here that's perfect for this mana base, and that'll really start off a series of excellent passes. Par exemple, Sultai Snowland. Now another one. No, but we've got options for Finn or the Trickster God's Heist. I think you have to be a grown-up and take the first Finn. I don't want to be a grown-up and take the first Finn. But my 2-drop situation is looking pretty grim, and there are aggressive decks out there. And we're not set up to really pass over anything that doesn't matter. These picks are less exciting by a lot, but Recluse is fine. Somebody else is gobbling up Snowlands, and it's kind of a catastrophe if I don't get more. Would this be good in this deck? I'm unsure. I'm pretty sure we could make this good in this deck. This is my favorite card in the set. And it makes random changelings incredibly high value picks for us now. Sure, we'll take a binding. Give me some Snowlands. Snow! I suppose worst case scenario, I just take Narfi out if we don't hit a bazillion Snowlands. Can you imagine copying this? I guess it doesn't die into one though, does it? But my favorite thing to do is to cast Reflections of Fleet Yara and then cast Moriite of the Frost, copying a creature and the reflections. Like, that's pretty busted and something we're very capable of doing. I do not understand why Magda is still here. That card is absurd, and the people who didn't take it are bad, and they should feel bad. But it's okay, we do want a Linda. I think Narfi may be moving out. There's a world. I'm going to make this little maybe pile here. Our mana needs to get incredibly good for me to think about Feed the Serpent. Maya He. Maya Ha. Maya not dying to 2 drops. have a dream. Don't judge me. Sure. I mean, this is even conceivably splashable, too. I have a strong suspicion I'll be first picking a Snowland, because we just didn't quite get enough of them. Snowlands and Changelings are really what I'm looking for. I would like one piece of card draw, too, if I can get it. I'm wondering if the mana could get good enough to do, like, some snow creature shenanigans. First pick snow-covered forest, go, go. That feels really weird. And yet, here I am. Because I need this to do something. I also think we're going to get past at least one more. And remember, we've still got Path. If we're, like, trimming this down a bit and blue is the splash, I could still splash the reflections. The big chonky planeswalker, Changeling would be very nice for this. Because there's a possibility I'm supposed to be just like blue-green and splash the Saga and be happy with that. Because there's the card advantage I keep saying that I want. I think realistically we're doing something like this. Man, I want so many cards out of this pack. It's beginning to feel like black was actually the answer and that I should have gone for it. The Cyclone Giant Doofus is pretty unplayable as far as I'm concerned. Every time I've tried to play it, it's been terrible. I don't want to put that in the deck. This Snowland gives us some possibility of activating the World Tree if I also get one that could touch white. I think that's the call. Oh, this is so tough. I want that and potentially this, and I want the Vandal, and I want the Sculptor of Winter. Because, like, I'm working to enable one Sculptor of Winter. I think the grown-up pick here is actually the Vandal. Like, I want one of those in the deck. It's a Changeling for Reflections of Lityara. Like, this sucks. But I think if I take this to make the first Sculptor better, then it's better to take this Sculptor. And I think I'm more likely to see another Sculptor than a Vandal. Is Repsilacator. All right, so we're probably not going to be able to pop the World Tree, and that's okay. But this splash will help us ramp with the Sculptor of Winter. I think they'll be doing some things here. And I do think Narfi's Betrayal is worth splashing. Because it's card advantage that we just can't get anywhere else. It would surprise me if this deck wants to run the Trickster Gods Heist. But I'm still going to take it here. It's a reasonable sideboard option. Can I use a pick, or do I just need a filler creature? Like, our creature types are a little all over the place here, which is really awkward, right? Like, that's not great, but I think I just need a filler body. That is a godsend. Because I think this means I can actually get value out of these Sculptors of Winter. Want 2 Lindas? And you just name Worm? I think I'm on board with that. And at 14 creatures, I could conceivably play this Raven Wings and call it a deck. We even get sideboard cards? Holy carp. Not that it's bad to main deck, that I've done it. This could conceivably get popped if I play Path to the World Tree. I think what happened was blue-green was open, but not blue. Green-black was actually the color pair to get into. And we got some hint of that with the Feed the Serpents. I found that the Cyclone Doofus doesn't consistently bounce everything that you want it to bounce. And end up bouncing some of your own stuff. And like, it's just like, I've been happier to have Linda. I've had people beat me with it. I played it, and literally every time I resolved it, it bounced nothing. Like, I just bumped into a bunch of giant decks. It's like, I don't really want a card that is that matchup dependent. That makes me not like it. The good news here is we've got room for another card, and the mana base is reasonable here. So I could play a basic Plains with the idea that it would be conceivable for us to pop the World Tree. It won't come up often, but it could. How bad is my mana if I look at doing something like that? I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. This deck needs another Forest. It also needs one more action card. Because I'm basically going to have to consider Path to the World Tree as the 18th land, but I can't keep hands without green. It just feels so terrible to play Path to the World Tree and not be able to activate it. We never really need double blue until late, though, so I might could do something like this. This is with 18 lands in Path. That feels like too much. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe we just go with the 4 islands. This is just here to pop Path, and that makes me a little nervous. Because it's actively hurting the troll. But I don't think we quite got there, and probably do need one more card main deck. Which I'm not opposed. Like, Tree Seasons could sort of get us some value. But it's a weird scenario where it does. I think I might rather just have a main deck Wings. It's interesting, like, we could also consider Disdainful Stroke. We could consider Smashing Success. We could put the Narfi in here anyway. It does pump the Sculptors, but I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I want to give it a go. Let's see if I still remember how to draft after playing Constructed for a couple hours. I remember Zombie Goliath. Zombie Goliath Online. This is a bit of an awkward opener, but we're not going to talk about that. Oh, that's perfect. Thunder. Horse. Thunder Horse? Thunder Horse. I know, okay, trading it off, but let's see what's going on here. Well, I want to keep that. We're still a couple turns off from that working, but... Me, Battle of Frosty Mire. Me. Don't think I need to give them Narfi, although they have one snowland, so I kind of don't care. I care a little bit. I like the pack mate, but I really need stuff that like can answer their crap. So a Rootless U might be my jam here. And that leaves me Arnie, Kinseekers, or Narfi. I could just exile Narfi and leave it exiled. And be pretty happy with that. And I cast this with something and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 3 left over. So I could cast this in Arnie in the same turn. That works. Well, it was a medium yikes. It was certainly a yikes. There was yikesing happening. I'm supposed to double block that. Can't cast both of these, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, I'm short. I can attack with this as a 7 power creature, which is interesting, but I probably need to block instead. I don't want to block. I want to attack. But I sure am a huge fan of not being dead. Because there's a chance they just, like, take it, go to 1. I suppose that leads to me winning with the Path to the World tree, so they may have to block this and trade both of those. Like, again, it kind of sucks, but I would put myself dead to a 7, 8, 9. I would not put myself dead to a removal spell. They could get me to 1 with what they have on board so far. And I think if that's gone, I can keep playing Magic. I mean, they are best friends. Problem here is they can get to 5. Need to be able to answer that. Oh, they can get to 3 current. Okay. No, they can get to 4, so we're going to have to pop this. Unless... What if we had a warrior? What if we had a warrior and popped it? Well, we're going to pop it. So if we're going to draw cards, let's see what we draw first. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Does that monster be bound? The Disdainful Shrug looks pretty dang good against I'm a casually play 7 drops and 5 drops and 5 drop Wraths and maybe try to cheat out a 6 mana removal spell. Yeah, this just looks real good. I'll let y'all look at the Stream Raiders battle while we figure out this size board. Because I know for sure I want Disdainful Stroke. One could argue that the Trickster God's Heist would be interesting here too. The problem is I don't have bad creatures to trade. They're not using enchantment-based removal or anything like that. Like, ideally we could pass something over like, I don't know, Sculptor of Winter after it's no longer useful, but I don't even have any bounce to be able to get my stuff back. I don't think Fall of the Imposter can come out fast enough to do anything. So I think legitimately at the end, the only thing I really want is the Disdainful Stroke. I also kind of didn't feel like I needed wings against them. That just looked somewhat irrelevant. I'm kind of digging Broken Wings though. Like they're gonna have yeah, we've got Broken Wings main deck, so I think I like this. Dixieland with the kills, Archon with the assists, rewards for Gunsey, Shaman, and Hex. Kicking some butt. I'll get to prizes later. All right, let's convert some towers, yo. the time. I think the only thing I want to do is get the Disdainful Stroke in. Because I wasn't super impressed with... Like, I don't think there was a point I really wanted to draw Raven Wings there. That's some potential. I am kind of interested in missing that. But I also want to make sure we hit our next land drop. Like, not land, get out of here. Not land, then die. Yes. That's a fine thing to have in the bin, too, because Narfi may come back and betray it. You know what I'm saying? You want to trade 1 for 3? That seems weird. I don't think I'd want to do that. Alright, we missed our land. We're sad. We'll move along with this life. Functionally 18 lands, ladies and gentlemen. Really good here. Incredibly good here. Can we survive being literally 3 for 1? I have a feeling that we cannot. We saw that in game 1, and it rickety-wrecketed me. If we can recover from this, then I am a genius. I think most of what I want to counter from them are 5s. Yeah, not the regular type of wrecked. Incredibly wrecked. We just cast this in Blizzard Brawl and we're good to go. Narrator, he was not good to go. Good news is there's nothing for them to squash. And if we draw a forest, we could protect our old growth troll. That's not a forest, though, is it? Alright. This is pretty underwhelming, but this is the world we're living in. We're going to exile their treasure token. Now we don't even have to. They let us keep the Linda. That's good. 3 damage a turn we can take for a little bit. This Burger Strider we have to counter. But fortunately we can. How did I know they have it? They always have it. Literally 3 for 1. Literally 3 for 1. Not figuratively 3 for 1. Literally 3 for 1. I've not enough snow permanence yet. But we might get there. Alright, I think I'm going to try the troll plan, even though I suspect him going to get squashed. That does mean we will have Linda, and maybe they won't have a squash for that. I don't think binding the monster on Ager is a very intelligent plan. How bold would it be to just straight up... I can't Blizzard Brawl at this turn. We're going to know if they have a squash or not, though. They don't have one. There's no way they have a squash and don't squash that. Things are currently still okay. I wouldn't say good, but okay. This is game 2, yes. Believe it or not, we are still okay adjacent. I'm gonna need Linda to trade. Well, I think I have to Linda into Blizzard Brawl here. While they're tapped out of squash. If Linda can stick around for a turn, I can copy a Linda. Eventually. What is that? Doom Bolt? Hold the multiverse? They showed us a Raven form. It could be bloody anything. We're not going to get to copy Linda. This makes me sad. Chasm ain't helping us much, but sure. I guess it can get us back a Linda potentially. Okay, so maybe it is helping us. Get bound. You're not killing me with the Mistwalker, just stop. Ironically, if I use this to get back home well, I know what we do then. I see the line. Could this be the line? I think this could be the line. I don't want to die to a 3-2 haste. I still don't know what this is, and it's terrifying me. Remember, we got 3 for 1 at the beginning of this game. Dagnabbit. Arnie's gonna kill me. I needed one more turn of no shenanigans. Because if this card is a Cinder Giant, I'm going to die. All right, try it now. I need the block, and I think Arnie's what I want to kill. I'll do it again. There is no point dying to run amok. Acceptable. Do I have enough cards to survive this? I think I do, but just barely. If we have to go to another game, I need to remember Double Crush the Weak. Because that's bloody terrifying, isn't it? I can't cast this and reanimate my dude the other way. Like, there's a question of if I just Marfi's Betrayal now, and I think the answer is actually yes. Because a Bergstrider plus a Linda should close this out. I don't want to die to just a removal spell, though, do I? We know they've got a squash and they haven't top decked it yet. There's no reason for me to die to a squash. If you want to get me here, you can get me. It also kind of means they have to attack in. Oh, I'm so smart! I'm so smart. They only have 4 cards. I got 5. We're good to go here. Unless I do this. Well, no, they'd still draw out before me. So how do we finagle a win here? If I attack with both, they have to block. If I reduce the power on this when they swing back, we're actually kind of fine. I think this leads me to a win. I could just miss here and have them forced into blocking next turn. They'd need to have a removal spell and then top deck a removal spell to get me. This is the most bizarre block I've ever made. If they just drew a Doom Bolt and I block with only Finn, they kill me. My hope is that they can't deal with both, like this creature. If it's a Doom Bolt and they kill this, then I would have lost the game if I'd just blocked with the other dude. Okay, it was a mountain. But I believe we're fine here. That was a match and a half. We got 3 for 1 in the beginning of that match, and this deck had enough value to claw back without drawing itself out of cards. I think we have a good deck here. I think we might have quite a good deck here. That was nerve-wracking. All right, let's do it again. I've started to notice a lot of people in the YouTube drafts will make comments about how badly I drafted on the 3-0s. I'm like, somebody just watched the draft portion. Ooh. Thank you for the warning, Technoshaman. This is one of those bizarre openers that I think I'm supposed to keep. I got a 74% chance to hit a land. Any land gets me the second land and the Cosmos Charter. I'm keeping that. I have to roll. Why shouldn't I keep it? And we drew something we don't mind discarding to hand size, so that's swell. It's precious to us. How precious. See, look at how good that worked out. Are you kidding me? This was absurd. See you later, Linda. It's all part of our reanimation strategy. They're not going to be ready for this. Now observe as I casually top down. Oh. Okay, this is looking bad. Essentially, if you're watching on YouTube, because I believe most of my chat knows this, we have essentially just won the lottery. We had a 23% chance to get wrecked. And we got wrecked. We got wrecked. And it sucks. But that's okay, the math doesn't care. Yep. But the odds are, when you have a one-lander like that, that you will hit the second land. And this one had a guarantee of hitting the third land, which is why we are interested in it. I would have shown them more of my deck if we kept going. Now, we know they have a main deck Raven form that's interesting. I've continually been unimpressed with my Raven Wings, though. I don't quite know what I need to bring in. We're not red enough to use any of those cards. I suppose it's difficult to play that color combo and not have something that I could stroke. Yeah, like, ideally we would have hit it at least on the next one, but, like, we beat the odds. And our reward was we lose. Sucks, but I'm not going to get upset about that. I don't think we did anything wrong. We could have mulliganed and maybe gotten a better hand, but maybe not. We could have gotten the exact same hand with one less card. The only thing we knew for sure when we made the decision was that if we mulligan, we're less likely to win. So I'll find ways to keep one-landers, and I like it better when I get there and look really smart. But, like, you can never have that experience if you don't keep some questionable ones. Now, this is almost the same hand, believe it or not. Because we're on the play with a two-lander. You're a little bit less likely to hit here. I'm still going to try it, because we need to flood out, and, like, there's 15 lands in the deck plus the path. There's 16 lands in the deck out of 33 cards. So the deck is almost half land. And at least in this case, we don't have to discard to hand size because we can foretell the horse spirit. But it's not the land we were looking for, but good news. We got one. It's been a really good time to draw blue. I believe we're going to see an example of why I like Fearless Liberator a lot in aggro decks. But maybe not. plan develops. I think it's the most recent ones you've redeemed. So like I got the Bob Ross lands. If you've never redeemed any, you get the arena ones. That is not the plan. Makes more start here, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe whatever the last ones were, but like I got the Bob Ross ones and I've been stuck there. You can switch them out to whatever you want, though. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Michael. It seems like they would put whatever the set's basic lands were there. I'd like that. Maybe they were until I got the Bob Ross ones? But I mean, I would still choose the Bob Ross ones, obviously, every time. I think you should double block the 5/4. I obviously don't have 3 Lindas. What kind of maniac would be doing something like that? This kind of maniac. They did gain valuable information. If I can get to 6 mana, they lose, so we need to make sure we get to 6 mana. I do not need Narfi's Betrayal here. I still kind of want it. What I should realistically do here is trim out all of the splash and play blue-green. What would my last card be? It would have to be something stupid like 3 Seasons, which is not great. But I think that's actually the call. Like, this mana base can just be cleaned up entirely. No, I would still play those. Those are important. Why is it taking them out? I don't need them taken out. I need them moved. That I can count how many sources I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of want to go 1 extra green so the troll does something. So I think I'm going to do that. I think this actually makes sense against them. And if I want 18 lands, I can just cut out Path to the World Tree and play an extra one. Done. I don't think I can afford all the fancy pants stuff on the draw against a deck that's that aggressive. Because we were basically splashing to try to activate Path to the World Tree, which, while cute, is just not what I need. Like, this is a blue-green deck that was splashing for some activations. It's not a true 5-color deck. Need to play Forest next in case we top deck our troll. Sadly, if they play a 2-drop, I probably just have to trade off the Sculptor, but if they don't, that could be very nice. We've been had. I could just kill it next turn, but I'm kind of fine just playing this normal curve out. I don't want to take that much damage. We don't have any 6-drops in hand. I've already got 5 lands. Like, if they're going to be crazy aggro, let's respect it. I'll be a grown-up. I do need a creature in play, though, if I'm going to use this Reflections of Liara to do what I want. That makes this incredibly awkward for me. I'm going to take 4, 8... Yeah, I can't... That can't be my line. I'm going to need to top deck a creature. I believe we can top deck a creature. We've got 2 draws. It's most likely to be a warrior. Although not guaranteed. But if we can pull that off, we can really recover here quickly. And I say recover, like 2 damage a turn isn't going to hurt us that bad. I do have to draw a creature. I can probably beat a Raven. Can we get a Linda? That'd be swell. They're just trying to kill me. And creature! No, not a creature. Alright, I think I got one more draw where we can hit a creature. I can play this out and copy it and say worm. And get a land, I guess. Why not? So now if we draw a war, we have the 3 snowlands for Blizzard Brawl to work. If I top deck the worms, we're obviously just winning the game. If I top deck the troll, we're stable. If I top deck any changeling, we're stable. Stable adjacent with a changeling. My legendary land? But I think I have to top deck one now. I might should have kept the dang spider. It's just, it was so much damage, and if we could just top deck a creature, we're in business. Okay, that one's not quite good enough. But it does give us another draw. Unless they top deck a removal spell. We named Warrior and Worm. Oh, come on. Come on. No, 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 no. I was even a grown-up and took out all the nonsense. Oh. For anyone curious why I was playing some standard, now you know. Oh, actually, it wasn't standard, it was historic. I do think I overall like this format, but moments like that make me just go, ugh. I have zero interest in standard, but I did find a historic deck I liked. I found one that plays a lot like Modern Jund, and I was pretty happy with that. Or at least like Jund did 3 years ago. Dave with the kills, me with the assists. Go me. Rewards for Hex, Dixie, Raviel, Thangarth, and Abe. I got a lot of stuff to collect when we're done with the YouTube video. Alright, this one is get the magic cards and win. So Simrogue it is. Alright, fine. We'll go for the 2-1. Tomorrow we're looking to start a little late too because I'm doing something with Hunter. I'm still not entirely sure what we're doing, but it'll probably be fun. Woo! Every time I've drawn Raven Wings, I've been disappointed in it. What do you know? Wowski, thank you for the resub.
Sem Dutch, Sem Wan, Sem Dutch, Sem Hi. Haven't been able to watch much lately. Hope the drafts have been going well.
Games are going well, my man. Thank you very much, Wowski. I appreciate that. Hey, at least we hit a land. Cool. I like giant drafts. Do we know if it's best of 3 or best of 1? Okay. I didn't know what they did last week. They told me it would be like the one from last week, but I didn't know what they did. So I was like, I don't know. There was some argument to keep up Mists of Late Yara for exactly that. But I was like, if they kill it, I can play the Vandal, have a blocker for this, get rid of the bow. Like, it's gonna be okay. I really want to trade these, but keep mine, but I'm just not in a position to do that. So, you win. We're having a Path to the World tree off. Just don't squash it. That's all I'm asking. I take back everything I said about Raven Wings. It's amazing. I'm gonna see if I can eat their worm here. If I can't, I'll just mist it anyway and then try to race it. Seems kind of great. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit. That's fine. So Raven Wings was actually okay here. I think it's going to assist in closing out this game. Two, 4, 6, 8. All right. I think the only thing I can think of that beats me is a Doom Scar, so I don't see a reason to play anything out. That was just too much Linda. The 6 honey mammoths too much. 6 ravenous lindworms may be the secret to success. I'm almost tempted to bring in the Trickster God's Heist. Because they've got some good stuff and they're playing Abounding Gold. If they have 2 of those, we could be in business. It's risky. But I like it. I don't think there was a good aggro deck in Ikoria, at least in best of 3. There's a good aggro deck here. Well, if white and black are so bad that most people aren't playing them, then it really only dies to squash. Because I'm like most of the deck, occasionally I'll get into black or white, but a lot of the decks I'm playing don't have access to those. Those are also premium removal spells, and there's bombs to kill. It's like after you've traded all the resources, what do you want to top deck? 6 mana, 6/6 that gains you 4 life. It's huge. And in Ikoria, there was like, you could get bigger stuff. You could get bigger stuff for less mana. Or just get to a board state where it didn't matter, right? Like, sure, once I've assembled my Bushmeat Poacher Bastion of Member combo, attack me all you want for 6, I don't care. I will just slowly kill you with human tokens. And then Offspring's Revenge and do it all over again. Do it again. And in Ikoria, like, there was actually more removal than you're used to, and most of it could kill a 6/6. You had 4 mana kill it. Yeah, Threaten Sack was great too. Like, okay, cool, I'll eat your Honey Mammoth. Oh, this hand is garbage! I think I may still try it, but without a green, it ain't doing nothing. I think I need to get a little lucky on the play in this format. Like, at least we don't have to discard the hand size, and we could top deck green and at least have something to do. What all do you have to do? I grow Sculptors of Winter in current year. No squash for you. All right, fine. I probably should have put that on one of the sculptors, but I'm still dreaming of Trickster God's Heist being good. They've drawn more cards off of this Firewalker, if this is something they can play than I did off of my pack mate, which is worth bearing in mind. I would really like to draw a forest. I would like that very much. Trying to decide if I'm going to gang block this, and I think I am. Combat trick kind of wrecks me here. But just the old casual 2-for-1 is very acceptable. Dang it, Bobby. All right, forest or bust. Show me forest. Still need the forest. I should attack with both here. This is letting me chump a lot more damage. It is turning off the Trickster God's Heist, but I think it's basically turned off if I'm at no life. Why do bad things happen to good people? Did you build a silly mana base, Travis? I did. They've got so many of those bows that the flying isn't actually doing anything here. I think I need to just trim that and like accept that they've got 3 bows. Broken Wings is not helping us here. That is decidedly not the droid we are looking for. Oh, this is another one where I gotta keep it. My green-blue deck has had some troubles. Irma Berg. A Gurdsturter. What's funny is the last game we were dying for green, now we're dying for blue, and our sculptors didn't do anything, but they could have now. At least we will have our blue mana, and we can play the video game. I think I'm okay using Mists here so I can bring this down and punch something more relevant. Because they're probably going to equip here. And it wastes their entire turn. Even if they don't. I think I'm okay with this. That may just mean they don't have anything else to play. Because this hand wants one thing, and it's disgusting. It's this. It wants to eat elk. Yeah, like, they could conceivably play something else that we would want to punch. Something that we'd played a lot of games against them and just hadn't seen, for example. I can't think of anything in specific, but... you know, some kind of bomb in that color pair, maybe. I don't know that I care that much about that. It doesn't feel like either of those things are winning the game. Where it does feel like a second Linda will basically throw this into the what you got stage. One of their outs is Plains, Bounding Gold, and the Vandal can handle that. Another one might be a Linda of their own. Apparently not. So at this point, what would they have to block both of these. They don't have a block that kills either of them, so we just swing team here. Like, they're chump blocking both of these. This is a legendary Snow Linda. All right, there you go. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube. YouTubers, if you have enjoyed watching the draft here, come by the stream sometime. We play draft a lot, and we've been playing historic recently. You can do that at twitch.tv/Semulin. Go. Appreciate y'all watching, and we will see you next time for a draft video. Let me know if you'd like to see historic videos. If I continue to enjoy it, that's something we might do. Yes, exactly like Linda Ronstadt. All right, bye, YouTubers.